Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the site that we've had some time to do some serious development on. And what we're looking at here is a site created for marketing and sales. And what we've done here is we'll start out with marketing, and we're starting at our top level metrics. And this is really based around the concept of value design. And what we're trying to show you here is something where you're going to have your top level people. This is what they're going to be focused on and the changes in these metrics. And as these change, or as they end up in areas where it's less than what we're wanting, we'll be able to drill farther and farther down to find some of the causes and effects and find areas where we've got room to work on. All right, so we're going to start with marketing. So at the top, we have our most critical metric, our return on investment. And then across the rest of it, we see several different indicators showing us what's making up and what's driving that number. And from there, we can continue to dive deeper and deeper into some of the causes and the effects of what's changing our metrics. Once again, from here, we have the ability at any point in time to quickly and easily drill into this information. We can also easily drill back up. We can further break it down by simply highlighting a particular range to drive what we need to. We only want to see a couple of the regions, and at any point in time that I highlight these areas, it not only affects the data that I'm looking at, but the other areas as well. We also have the ability, since this is a web page, to not only store our critical analytics, but maybe the projects we're working on or other pieces that are critical to the group also. So in addition to drilling down into areas that affect us, we also have several of these metrics that not only affect our group, but affect the other groups too. So not only can you drill down, but you can also drill across. So by clicking on here, this brings me over to the sales group's main page. Once again, they're keying off a very different critical metric, but it's all related. And it all gives you the ability to continue to look at not only what's affecting you, but how you're affecting other groups as well. On this page, we've got a couple of additional elements. In addition to the charts and some of the other things that we've looked at, we've got some very polished reports. And these were actually created with a companion product called Designer. And it gives you the ability to do much more formatting and a lot of other features and stuff that you can do if you really want pixel perfect reports. We can add the conditional formatting on these reports also. So based on how our numbers change, it will affect how the reports, etc. look. With all of these reports also, we can easily access them from the web on a variety of different platforms. But if you really want to export the data or distribute it, on all of these, we have the ability to export as a PDF or Excel, etc. And you can even get it so that the system will create mailing lists and automatically schedule the report to be sent out on a specific basis. Okay, there's one more area that I want to take a look at with this, is we've seen how you can use Visualizer to continue to analyze the data. So we're going to go back there. And so after looking at this, the sales manager wants a little bit more information on the sales performance. And so we're going to put together a quick revenue chart. So from here, very quickly pull some revenue information together. Let's graph it by quarter. Let's add some information about region. And let's add our sales manager to this also. Now we've got a quick and easy graph on how we're performing revenue-wise. And this is great information to show us what our performance is. What it doesn't show me, though, is how my performance is related to what we expected. And our sales managers have Excel worksheets that show how they should be performing over this time period. So now we've got a couple of different options. I can go out and change this into a table view, export it out to Excel, add in my expected amounts, and start distributing all of my analytics again over email. Once again, every time the time period changes, I've got to redo that. Or conversely, I can go to IT and see if they will build me an application where I can store that information in the system and incorporate it into BI. Problem is, number one, they've got their own priorities, and especially with this kind of data, it's simple, straightforward data, but it's only really important to our group. So part of the question is, how can I get this so that I can make it useful with creating a whole bunch of additional data flows? And the way we can do that is we've given the users the ability to add their additional data directly through Visualizer. So what we're going to do next is I've got a simple, straightforward worksheet that has the additional information that I want to add. It's got my regions, my targets, and my time periods. So what we're going to do right from Visualizer is we're going to bring that information in. So all I need to do is take my worksheet, drop it here, and then I've got to connect it. And when we're doing that, we're calling that blending. And in this case, it was smart enough to figure out how I wanted to relate this data automatically. It simply selected region against region. That's all I need to do, and we're done. Now, to add that data, all I have to do is drill into my measures and find my new sales target. We'll add that in here. Not quite the most useful method, so let's go ahead and change how that looks. So we're going to click over here onto the chart type, and we'll add that in as a line. I've got my sales target here. I can easily move that over to the right and put my sales target here. Also with this, I've got full control over formatting it, etc. Now it makes it real easy to see where my performance is compared to what I was expecting it to be. I can save this, I can publish it, or I can just use it in Analyzer. Now, there are many more features that we have as far as formatting, different types of charts and graphs, some of the higher end analytics as far as trend lines, etc. So truly a very powerful yet easy to use system. For environments where you have very sophisticated warehouses and BI needs, why, above and beyond what we have available in Pronto, let's take just a final quick look at our Enterprise Edition and some of the features that we have in that. For most medium-sized companies, why the Professional Edition will give you all the tools that you need to bring your data together from a variety of sources, etc. But for very sophisticated environments, we have the ability to do full-fledged modeling. So from here, we can go ahead and take a look at the full schema. And here we're able to model our different pieces with some very high-level tools. We can create very sophisticated scripts, your standard star schemas for our warehouse, etc. We have a lot of control over special calculations, special groupings, etc. So it's a very powerful system that gives you a lot of capabilities regardless of where you are on your growth chart and on your needs chart. I appreciate everybody's time, and hopefully we'll be working with you soon.